From the Detroit Free Press, it's Monday, February 10th. Here are today's top stories. Presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Seamus. Vaping almost killed Daniel Ament. The 17-year-old from Grosse Pointe Woods is believed to be the first person in the United States with a vaping-related lung injury to undergo a double lung transplant. Without the transplant in October, Daniel wouldn't have survived. He got sick at the peak of a national outbreak that led to 2,711 hospitalizations and 60 deaths. He was among 71 people in Michigan to be sickened during the outbreak, which took the lives of 3 Michiganders. Daniel's cautionary tale is one he's sharing publicly now because he wants other kids to understand how dangerous vaping can be. He wants to show them how it changed his life so they won't fall into the same trap. Daniel started his own nonprofit, Fight for Wellness, to spread the message and hopes to write a letter to the loved ones of the person who donated the lungs to him. Quote, "I will put my lungs to good use so the family can feel like it wasn't in vain," he said. To read Daniel's story and for resources to help you quit using nicotine, go to freep.com.
Hi, I'm Bill Leitner, staff writer at the Detroit Free Press. My next story just left the Amtrak station. Now the question is, will the train get you there on time? Unfortunately, the odds aren't good. Amtrak's on-time performance is poor and getting worse, even as the system breaks records for more and more passengers. People like trains, but Amtrak trains are late across much of the nation, and especially in Michigan, sometimes 2 hours or more. The main reason, most tracks that Amtrak uses are owned by freight railroads. So, far too often, Amtrak trains must pull aside to be passed by slow freight trains, some longer than a mile. My story says why this is a key year, a year when Amtrak could fix that problem in the U.S. Congress. It could happen if enough people contact their lawmakers and say they support Amtrak. So, all aboard my tale of 2 rails at www.freep.com.
This is Christina Hall with the Detroit Free Press. Wolf Gruka remembers his family in Poland, walking to the Nazi death camp trains during World War II. The separation of the young Jewish citizens from the old. In the end, only he and one of his brothers in his family of 8 survived the Holocaust because he had a will and a trade the Germans wanted, a trade that probably saved his life.
Natale ma la toolmaker know how to set up machinery, go to the level, and he listened to me, and next day he come, they can use me over there.
A trade that years later gave him a life and a job in Detroit. Gruka was a toolmaker. It was a trade that the Germans wanted. Later, it became Gruka's 30-year job at Chrysler after he came to the U.S. in 1949 with his wife and their young child. This week, Gruka celebrates his 100th birthday with his 3 children and friends in suburban Detroit. It turns out that his birthday is on the same day as his wedding anniversary.
This is Detroit Free Press auto critic Mark Phelan reporting. A unique trove of documents and sketches tells the story of the 60-year quest to put the Chevrolet Corvette on a mid-engine chassis, the type supercars like Ferrari use. From the race car-like 1960 Chevrolet Engineering Research Vehicle 1 to designs that were never shown in public, the collection gives insights into designers' dreams and what it takes to convince a corporation to reshape an icon. It's a story of fits and starts as engineers and designers competed for resources and executives traded favors. One famous concept vehicle used a rotary engine to win internal support, a decision Corvette chief engineer Zora Arkus Dontov came to regret. The exhibit was for GM's internal use, but parts of it will probably be displayed publicly in the future.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department and an update on the Michigan State football coaching search. Waking up this Monday morning, here's what we know. Michigan State Athletic Director Bill Beekman visited Cincinnati over the weekend to interview Luke Fickell. The University of Cincinnati coach did not return with Beekman to Lansing on Sunday. Fickell has been the frontrunner to replace Mark D'Antonio since the latter announced his retirement last week. Since Friday, San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh reportedly turned down a chance to interview for the job. And Colorado head coach Mel Tucker said while he was flattered to be considered, he's staying put too. Whomever Beekman wants to move forward with, nothing can get done without the approval from the MSU Board of Trustees. They aren't scheduled to meet until Friday, though emergency impromptu meetings are always a possibility.
Do you like what you're hearing in our news briefing? Let us know, whether it's a question, comment, or something you just want to hear. You can share your opinion by emailing us at voice@freep.com. That's voice@freep.com. See you tomorrow.